and welcome back to the Gasparilla Showcase as we are underway with Game 2 of the second day of the showcase. Clemson back on the ice, taking on the University of Florida Gators. Clemson, a couple hours break, Noah, after that thriller this morning against Auburn. What are you looking for from Clemson after that break and trying to get a win in their second game of the day?
I'm looking for them to bring it again. Just after putting on a show this morning, I think they were right there. And, you know, they've got a similar test here playing against the University of Florida, so I'm excited to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, Nina Molina needs to get involved. She had some struggles finishing earlier today. So we'll have to see how this game goes for Nina Molina against a tough Florida team. As this puck is kept in by Florida. Now Clemson moving through the neutral zone, turned over. Now Molina, long far side boards. Tries to get it across to Alyssa Lorino. Had a hat trick earlier today. Molina with a shot, and that one covered by Olivia Park. So a good first shot by Clemson, just trying to get that pressure going that they had this morning. Had a lot of O-zone time, but weren't able to necessarily get them to turn into goals.
Yeah, we saw a lot of offensive zone pressure all morning long, and you know it came down to strong goaltending on the other side. So they just got to find a way to break through on those chances.
As Clemson wins that draw, we'll flip it in. Wozniak down there battling along the boards on the far side corner. Watkins comes away with it. Wozniak still battling. MacArthur's there. Stick tied up of Watkins as she's down low. Caputo plays it out to the boards and taken away by Florida, but Clemson able to keep it in and now cleared. And that one is going to go down, and that's going to be an icing as Pettit wins the race there versus Mangum. Excuse me, that's Katie DeVoe who is skating after that one. .47 left to go. Face off to the left of Olivia Park. Puck's dropped. Florida comes away with that one, sent around the boards. DeVoe there for it. Try to get it out. Clemson keeping it in. Watkins skating for it. Has it on her stick. Gets it to the blue line to Renton. Excuse me, that was Pettit there. Florida trying to get it out of their zone. We'll skate it up and flip it up. That was MacArthur. Now Clemson with it. Watkins to Caputo. Caputo just had it bounce over her stick. Florida came away with it. Battle along the boards in the neutral zone. Comes out, and now Dolch with it. Makes a good move. Has an opportunity. She shoots! And Bella Quick getting the pad on that one. It goes out wide. Dangerous opportunity there by Florida. Another shot, and Quick swallowing that one up. A little bit of a collision there after that shot.
Couple of good chances there from Florida. But Bella Quick up to the task. Nice couple of saves there to start this one off.
And she had a couple weird ones go in today. Was in the right position, just took weird bounces as that's a shot. And that one doesn't get through as Clemson clogging the lane there. Newton for Florida is chasing it down. Foul on the near side boards. Marissa Bonilla comes out with it, leading scorer for the Gators. She'll dump that one in. No icing as she was on the right side of the line there, battling along the board. Clemson comes away with it. Good pass out to the boards for Fireboy, but just not able to play it. Clemson almost got it out, kept in by Florida. Dumping that one deep was Eleanor Rich. Clemson back for it. Sent up the near side boards. Dumped in by Regina. She'll chase after it out there with Alessi. Saw a lot of that line this morning, so similar lines for Clemson. Skating it in. Pollard drops it back. A shot saved by Quick, and that one goes back behind the net. That one caught Quick up high. Now Alessi with it. Fireboy's just going to chip that one out to center ice, and she'll change. Larino hops over the boards, challenging, battling for it. She'll get it in the zone, but Florida's going to come away with it. Sent up, and Molina's there, coming fresh off the out of the box. Excuse me, off the bench there, and she's got it. She'll skate it back, drops it down to the corner for Larino. Larino shoots. Park with the save. Sent up and out of the zone by Florida. Hudson there with Pettit. Kicks it up to Yoder. Top line out there for the Tigers. Sent in on Park, and she'll just cover that one up for a whistle with 16:01 left to go in the first period. Both teams will get some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, I think we've seen Clemson controlling a lot of this game so far in the first 4 minutes. They've been controlling the puck, creating chances in the offensive zone, getting the cycle going, and getting pucks on net. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and they did a good job of getting possession in the offensive zone. Didn't take as many shots, so it is crucial for them to take shots when they have the chance. We saw Auburn do that, and it allowed them to put some weird bounces into the back of the net, but they were taking the shots. And Florida's trying to move that one up, has it in the neutral zone. That's Marissa Bonilla. She'll skate back, finds a pass. That's Katie Murray. Sent in by Charlotte Zahn. Clemson coming away with it. Maria pressuring Renton. Renton does angle Bonilla off and comes away with it. Now sent up the boards by Yoder. Chasing after it is Molina. Yoder comes away with it. Tried to find Larino, who wasn't quite ready for that one, but does come away with it in the corner. Battling down low, trying to get it to Yoder, who was in the slot. Now back out into the play is Watkins, putting some pressure on the forecheck. Sent up, and Caputo's out there, pressured by Bonilla, who tried to come away with it there. Good job by Caputo. Now Larino with it. She'll skate in. She'll shoot. That one's blocked. Butler takes a shot. That one bounces, and that was dangerous as it was redirected in front. Watkins takes a shot, and Park gets the cover there.
Yeah, I thought that deflection was going in. It was just to the side of the net. So just a nice lucky bounce there for the Gators.
And we've seen Clemson score off of some of those earlier this morning, so keep getting shots like that. Park's up to the task so far, doing a good job tracking shots, and lucky that one just went wide there. It's now a battle along the near side boards and down into the corner. Florida has it. They'll send it across. They will come away with it on the near side board, trying to move it through the neutral zone. Pollard out there, dumped that one in. Pettit challenging. Watkins down there with the assist. Pollard still coming away with it. A little check there. Florida with it. Tried to go short side there was DeVoe. Still a chance. Pollard shoots. Quick getting the save, keeping her pad along the post there. Florida really trying to work down low on that short side. Pass out in front. Quick up to the task there. Got in the way of that pass. Puck still loose. Caputo tries to send it out. Newton with it. She'll fire. That takes a bounce off the ankle of Caputo. Goes out wide. Pettit chasing after it. Has Wozniak. Wozniak setting a little bit of a screen there. One of Clemson's players falls down and was looking for a trip, but she'll just skate back to the bench. That was Pettit. She'll get back up in the play. Alessi dumps it down. Couldn't get it all the way deep. So Newton came away with it, and now Caputo has it. Back check by Newton. Takes it away for a minute, but Caputo comes back with it and dumps it deep. Wozniak chasing after it. Dolch there. Sent out to the far side boards, trying to get a stretch pass to Bonilla. But good job by Butler getting in the way of that one, knowing Bonilla was on the backside there. Would have had a one-on-one. Bonilla down low with it, trying to wrap it around. Couldn't get enough on that. She got tied up there. Renton, good job defensively, continuing the strong play for the Ice Tigers.
Yeah, we see Clemson, their defense playing well in front of their net, keeping everything to the outside. And when the opposing team tries to make a play towards the front. They converge, and they prevent those scoring chances. And we saw that right there.
And now Bonilla skating it up along the blue line. Kicks it down to Zahn. That one's flipped out for a moment. Sarah Pagels has it. And now Bonilla gets a stick on that one, chips it in. Former president to current president connection there. And now chipped in. Going for a toe drag move. That was Ball. Calling for it at the blue line was Mentor. A shot there by Ball. Murray fires that one in. Renton trying to get a skate on that. Excuse me, that was Dolch taking that initial shot. Clemson trying to get on the rush. Lorino with it. Looking for her fourth of the day. She shoots. And Park got a piece of that one. That one went out wide. Lorino had the step and the speed. Really got all of that one, but just a great save there by Park. Comes out to the line. Hudson had it, but it bounced off her stick, and it's going to bounce out of the zone. Hudson still making a play there. We're going to get a whistle, and that's going to be a penalty against Florida. A little bit of a delayed whistle.
Yeah, we kind of saw that play unfold right in front of us here in the stands. But like you mentioned, a bit of a late whistle from the official. But nonetheless, Clemson will go to the power play.
And that's Pollard in the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Clemson struggled a little bit on the power play this morning, looking to take advantage of this early opportunity. 11 minutes in, and you know Clemson wants to take advantage of this and get on the board.
Yeah, and it's all about, like, they're getting the opportunities, they're finding the time and space. They just need to pick their spots. You know, we saw a couple of times they were getting shots through, but, you know, they weren't well placed. And
Renton took a shot there. Park gets the save.
And yeah, and again, that's a credit to the opposing goaltender being in good position to save those shots.
Park has showed why she's been one of the top goaltenders this season in their first year as a CHS program. Played some CHS teams last year. Florida had a game against Tampa at what was known as Amalie Arena. Bonilla's going to skate that one up. Cuts back. Good team defense by Clemson, closing her off, keeping her wide. And now Lorino and Molina skating it up. Molina on the break. Tries to make a move, shoots, and she scores. Clemson gets on the board first, taking advantage of the power play.
If you're Florida, those are the last two players you want to see coming in on a 2-on-1, and they make no mistake. Molina finally breaks through here. She was looking for one. She was looking for one all morning long, had plenty of chances. But finally, a nice move on the breakaway, backhand to forehand, and beats Park over the blocker.
And yeah, that's some huge confidence for Nina Molina getting that goal. Like you mentioned, was looking for one all morning, struggling to finish. But I mentioned it, you get her involved, and this game is going to go Clemson's way, and she gets involved early, finding the first goal of the game. And now Pollard skating it in for Florida, tries to get a cross-ice pass. Watkins tried to come back and play that one. And now Dolch with it. Pollard now tries to get down low. Caputo steals the puck off of her stick. She'll skate it up through neutral ice. Gets past Rich and then has it knocked off her stick. Rich comes away with it. Watkins gets it to Caputo, and Caputo's going to send that one around. Mentor back for it. Caputo firing it into the slot. Trying to get a redirection was Wozniak. Couldn't find that one. Now Dolch skating it up with Knight. Dolch gets in around the defense. She'll shoot, and she'll score. Florida ties this one up. Dolch with a nice move, getting past the defense and gets it past quick.
That was a nifty move there, and Dolch, she makes no mistake. She had all the time and space, and she picked her spot in the top shelf. She puts that one home, and Florida answers.
And we've seen a lot of that today. Clemson scores. Auburn found a way to answer. Looking like more of the same from this morning. As now Florida looking to keep the momentum rolling after that goal. Zahn flips it in on Quick. Went a little wide, almost dangerous there. Comes away to Zahn again. Tries to get a shot. Good job with the stick there. Another shot by Florida. Can't get it through. DeVoe trying to get it. Quick's going to stick that one wide. Another shot. Butler, good job defensively back to back there. Getting in the lane. Now flipping it up is Regina. She's chasing after it. She's got some speed. Caught Florida flat-footed. Park with the save. Can't get the cover. Still loose. Caputo took a shot. Fire avoid there. And now Marissa Bonilla skating it forward. And potentially a penalty there, but not called. Maybe thought there was a hook, but once again, refs on the ice. And Florida's got the puck again. Dolce at center ice. Murray kicks it across. Nobody there as Florida was changing. Loreno back out on the ice. Maybe another potential trip, but no call there. Russ kind of letting maybe some things go, letting them play a little bit. Now this one, Clemson tries to send it up the boards out of their own zone. Florida's still with it. Pollard. Dolce trying to get by, comes away with it. Already has a goal in this one. Tries to fire a shot. Clemson doing a good job getting in the lane. That was Loreno. And Loreno trying to get past Dolce, but Dolce did a good job standing up there, not allowing Loreno to get past. Now a touch pass. Fire void to Loreno. Loreno had it taken off her stick, and Dolce comes away with it. A little hit there by Dolce. And Hudson falls over. Now Pollard with it. Strong move to the net. Has it on the backhand. Clemson doing a good job keeping her out wide. Now trying to move it up. That was Yoder. Couldn't get it out of the zone. DeVoe shoots. That one's off of a stick. Bounces high above Quick. Now Yoder with it. Loreno and Molina out there, that top line. Loreno gets it between the legs of Rich. Some taller Florida players on this roster. Loreno ran into two of them there. The moves that happened this morning against Auburn are not going to work in this one. As Marissa Bonilla flips that one in.
Yeah, the thing that Clemson has, though, is speed over the size. So they just need to utilize that to counteract Florida's size.
Absolutely. As we'll have to see how Loreno, she's tried to do some chip plays around defenders, and it's just not worked so far. So interesting to see what strategy she'll come up with next. As Florida has that Bonilla battling, has that one taken away by Watkins. Watkins trying to get up to speed. Good job there by Florida getting to that puck. That was Charlotte Zahn. That one almost played with a high stick, but ref says no. One ref thought it was played up there. That's why we got two refs on the ice, two different angles. Now Bonilla tries to flip it between the legs for a pass. Good job there by Watkins with the pressure, not allowing that to happen in the neutral zone. Slowing it down is Sarah Pagels. Sent up the boards. And Dolce behind the defense, sitting along the blue line there. Had to go out wide. Tried to get a pass in front. Two Clemson Ice Tigers there, stopping that one. Now Wozniak trying to play that one out of the zone. Couldn't. Florida still with some pressure. Pollard tried to get a backhand shot away. Murray with the shot. That one goes up on Renton, who was sacrificing the body there. She's chasing down Dolce. And Dolce is going to win the race for an icing.
Yeah, Renton, the defender, almost winning the race to negate the icing. She's going in as F1.
And you gotta love the hustle there by Renton. I mentioned it. Defenseman had to go from all the way basically from the red line to the other red line. Looking like a back skate there, Noah.
Yeah, and we've talked about it too. Clemson's speed, moments ago, and them utilizing it right there.
And that, yeah, like you said, that was an example of it. Renton's had a big day, shooting the puck, playing good defense. Been arguably, in my opinion, the best player of the day for Clemson in both of their games.
Yeah, she's been all over the ice. especially this morning, and we've seen her plenty today.
And I guarantee you we're going to see her plenty as this game continues to go on. Murray takes a shot there, blocked by Alyssey. Don't even think she realized she blocked it. Now skating it up is Regina with Fire Void. Alyssey going for a change. Regina tries to skate in, has that one taken off her stick by Bonilla. Bonilla makes the move around Nina Molina, two of the top scorers in the women's division this year going head-to-head. Now Molina with some pressure. Good job there defensively. Now Larino tried to move in, using that speed, has the puck on the backhand, Park with the save. Larino's still down low. Nina Molina on the backhand, Park makes the save there. Another shot. That was by Pettit, redirected out to the corner by a Gator. Good communication there by Larino and Molina. Zahn's going to come away with it in the zone, passed out to the slot. Not able to get a shot away. Clemson turns it up ice. Dumped in by Yoder. She'll chase after it on the dump. Tries to get to the slot. Molina was trailing there, almost had an opportunity, just went between her legs. Shot by Butler, that one's blocked. Doesn't get through. Park making a save there. Larino looking for loose change. Kept in the zone by Renton. Good hustle there. Still danger. Now Bonilla comes away with it. She'll flip it to neutral ice and go for a change. A good job not to send that one down for icing. Butler sends it up. And Gators looking for a whistle for too many as that hit a Tiger on the change, but no penalty from the ref. Renton trying to get that one out. Pollard keeps it in, and Knight's chasing after that one. Taking off her stick, but Pollard comes away with it, fires it across ice, looking for someone in the slot. That was Dolch. Good job by Renton tying up Pollard and getting that puck away. Larino's going for a change. Could have gone for icing, but didn't go the distance. And now Florida is sending it up. Knight chipped that one, but Hudson got there. Almost had a stick from Pollard in her skates. And then Pollard falls over there. She's looking for a tripping call. Now Dolch with it. Dolch looking for a shot. Doesn't have the angle. Good job by Clemson forcing this one out wide. Pollard sends it to the blue line for Mentor. Mentor a shot. That one's blocked potentially by a teammate in front. Maybe hit a couple bodies there. Pagels with it. She'll take a shot. That one got through Watkins just barely. Pollard now with it. Takes a sharp shot. Petit there. Pettit there. Now sent across for Pagels. Florida has some pressure. She'll dump it in. And Clemson will just set up. Playing back. Pettit with it. Kicks it up to Caputo. Dolch sends it back in. Comes away with the puck. After Hudson tries to clear. Gets a pass. Down low to Bonilla. Couldn't find it as that was in her skates. Sarah Pagels with it. She'll shoot. And she scores. Sarah Pagels gives Florida the lead.
A nice move to get her around the forward. Just a quick shot on net. That was, low through traffic, finds its way through the 5-hole of Bella Quick. And the last couple of minutes, this top line for the University of Florida has just been, they're the ones creating the offense right now. They've provided the pressure. That offensive chance was off of a turnover. Clemson couldn't get it out of their own zone, and Florida makes them pay.
Yeah, good job by that top forward line. Moving the puck around in the zone, keeping some sustained zone time. That's what you want to see from this top line if you're Florida. But now you want to see it continue from your other lines. As now Larino's back out on the ice looking to answer. She'll shoot. Park with the blocker makes the save. Top line's out there for both sides. That one's sent around by Butler. Larino back down low, and she created a lot of opportunities from down low behind the goal line earlier this morning. That one's sent out of the zone by DeVoe. And now Charlotte Zahn tries to get a pass out in front. Larino turns, plays that one, and now Molina, a 1-on-2. Trying to look for some help, gets a chip. She'll go on the backhand, and Park getting a save. Molina looking find her second one the same way she found the first, and Park answering the bell. A shot on Park, patted away. That one's going to come out, and now a chance for Florida on the break. It's DeVoe, challenged by Renton. Just fires that one on the backhand. Good job by Renton there defensively. That one's flipped up by Butler. Pollard sends it to Knight. Knight has Pollard. A shot. Quick gets the glove on that one. Goes over the back of the net. Dolch has it along the far side boards.
Yeah, this top line back out here for Florida.
Florida definitely trying to get a 2-goal lead before the end of the first period. Another pass into a danger zone. Another shot. That one goes off a Tiger in front. Newton shoots. One more chance. Rich shoots, and that will do it for the first period. Gators strike late, tallying another goal. And they'll take a 2-1 lead. Noah, this is Clemson's second game of the day. How have you liked their effort despite playing earlier this morning?
You know, it doesn't really seem like they played this morning. It seems that they've got their legs going and they're playing well so far. And it's just these top players from Florida. They're the ones taking advantage of Clemson right now. And they need to notice that when that line is out on the ice, they need to keep mind of that defensively. They've been playing well, blocking shots, getting sticks on sticks, and keeping everything to the outside. So they just need to keep it up and especially key on that line when they're out on the ice.
Yeah, and you have to, if I'm Clemson, I have Renton out there every time that top line's out on the ice. She's made great defensive plays, and every time she's been out there, she's kept pucks out wide and done a good job keeping this top line neutralized.
Yeah, and I've noticed good plays from all of the defensemen on the Clemson Ice Tigers, so you can't go wrong with who you put out on the ice.
Yeah, and this is Florida's only game of the Gasparilla Showcase, so they're looking to continue to show why they're a top team in their first year in CHS, already looking at a playoff bid. Both teams looking at that playoff bid in their inaugural season.
Yeah, these are two of the top teams, and they have a great opportunity once the playoffs come around to make something happen, and it'll be exciting to see.
And Clemson, it's tough to say this, with 3 games in 2 days, they still have to play again tomorrow at noon against the top team in the CHS South Division as they take on Tampa, who on Thursday started off the showcase with a 9-2 win versus USF.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting. Obviously, Tampa with some major firepower on their roster, but from what we've seen today with Clemson's defensive game, I have confidence that they'll be able to give Tampa a run for their money.
Yeah, Tampa's got a full depth roster, can find scoring from up and down the roster, and it's all about Clemson playing good defense, playing sound defense, keeping pucks out wide. Tampa tends to do a good job getting the puck moving around, and we've seen a little bit of that from Florida, which has kept Clemson a little bit on edge. Clemson's responded well. There's been a couple times where they get trapped in their own zone, can't get a clear, and you mentioned a turnover, setting up a goal.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, these top players from Florida, they're no one to mess with, and they've been taking control when they can, so it'll be interesting to see how Clemson responds.
Yeah, and short break between this period, no ice cut between the first and second period. What do you think Florida's coach, Christian Foltz, is saying in the huddle right now?
Yeah, I think just keep doing what you're doing. I think we've seen them throw away the puck a little bit. I want to see them control the pace of play. Maybe, make sure you're supporting each other on the breakouts and in the neutral zone, because they're doing that well on the offensive end. They're just not allowing Clemson to get those, extended offensive zone opportunities.
And what was the message for Brianna Duba to Clemson, who's trailing in this one, got the scoring started, got Nina Molina involved?
Yeah, just keeping that defensive structure safe and sound. They've been doing that well. But again, also, not doing too much with it. I think Florida's got good enough players to where you try something too fancy, they're not gonna let those plays happen. So it's just playing a solid team game.
Yeah, both teams started off good. Interesting second period as we get ready here for the puck drop. That top line out there for Clemson, looking to get an early goal and get some momentum back as Florida wins that one. Dolch will send it to the far side boards for Knight, who fanned on a pass, but Dolch doing a good job with a toe drag there. Pollard in and had that one just off of her stick. Couldn't get a shot away. Now Pollard gets it to the blue line for Minter, and that one goes up into Pollard, who made the catch and almost made the save there, basically. But Bella Quick going to get the cover.
Yeah, good on Minter. Just getting that puck to the net, and Pollard makes something out of it on that loose puck. And Bella Quick with a good save following that. She gets in front of it and covers that one up.
And Bella Quick's been sharp. We mentioned it earlier. Had some weird bounces this morning. Kind of maybe messed with her confidence a little bit, but she's looked good in this one so far.
Yeah, and her team is also playing very well in front of her.
As now Loreno has it. A 2-on-2 with the back checker. Loreno fires, and Park getting the glove on that one. 19-20 in the second period. So faceoff's going to come to the right. This is my first look at Olivia Park this season, and she's looked really strong so far. As that shot by Butler got kneed away by Dolch. Looked like a soccer play there. Battle on the boards. Laureano gets it out. Comes out to Yoder and bounces almost over the line, but Renton once again keeping the puck in. Clemson trying to send it up to Dolch, who was sprung, and a little shove there on the end of that play by Yoder. Gotta be careful. Wrestler letting things go early, but we saw some physicality in this morning's game as Loreno fires a puck. Park making the save with her shoulder. Couldn't quite swallow that one up. Butler gets a weak shot away. That one went off of Mentor and out wide. Sent up, and now Dolch on the back end. Has a one-on-one. She shoots and she scores. Dolch on the back end there, finding her second of the game.
Yeah, Dolch sneaking behind the Clemson defenders. She was kind of involved in the play on the blue line to the left of us, and she just kind of hung around. And her teammates find her, and she had about 10 feet of room behind her. No one was going to catch her, and she makes a great play on that breakaway.
And Clemson back there giving some taps, words of encouragement to their goalie. Down two. They've been down but not out before. No, we saw this lead earlier today against Auburn vanish in a matter of seconds. So Clemson can still get back into this one. Now Bonilla with it. She'll shoot. Quick makes the save there. Now Caputo skating it up. She'll get it out. She's pressured by Bonilla. And that'll go into the Florida zone. Zahn tried to play it. And now Watkins with it. She'll skate it in. That was ball falling over there. And now Bonilla skating it up. Forced out wide by Hudson. Tried to get a sharp angled shot. Still has the puck. Looking for a pass into the slot. Good job by Pettit there. Pass down low. Trying to find Charlotte Zahn was the Gators, but just missed outside of her stick, and they're going to have to go back. Park came out to play that one. She'll set it up for Murray. Murray flips it. Turnover. Shot by Regina. Saved by Park. Gets that one out wide. Still pressuring is Clemson. That one goes across. Park moving over. Had to be ready for that one. Pettit fires a shot. Pollard was going to put a stick on that one. Decided not to, as that could have taken a weird bounce, and that one's sent down the ice. But no icing. Chasing after that is the Gators. Rolls in on Quick, and she'll get the cover. 17:03 in the second period.
Good speed there from Katie DeVoe. Winning that puck, winning that foot race to the puck. And Bella Quick, we mentioned it, maybe lost some of her confidence there after that breakaway goal, but you can't really do much about those chances. And she makes a really nice save.
Yeah. And those are confidence builders. You just need those saves. Build some confidence. You give up a goal, sometimes it can affect you mentally, but making those saves are what's going to help her get that confidence back and allow the Clemson to get back into this game. That one's flipped up the boards. Fireboard let it for Elise. Sent in, and Regina's chasing after that one. Battling with Rich. Comes out to Butler at the blue line. Tries to pass it across. Good job by the Gators there. That was Knight recognizing the play and cutting the pass off. Renton's battling Pollard for it. Florida's trying to flip it in, finally get it deep. Regina's going to have to go back and play that one. Regina sends it around the boards, flipped up and almost out of the zone, but Knight getting in the way of that one. Dolch to Pollard, trying to set up a goal.
It's a good blocker save there from Quick.
Yeah, and those are those confidence builders like I mentioned. You got to make those saves. Good job tracking the puck there, and Florida looking for too many men.
Yeah, the official to the right of us, not having it. He's saying, no, that's not a penalty. Play on.
Yeah, in my mind, she got over. Is now Molina down low with it. Tries to get to Laureano. Couldn't get it there. It was just skating a little bit too far behind it, and now Dole showing off the speed, looking for her third. Tries to toe drag. Comes to Pollard. A good job by Clemson.
It was good backtracking from Nina Molina on Dolch. She's kind of the one that disrupted her on that rush.
And then Hudson in front with the stick, standing tall in the crease. That's where those goals have been scored by Florida, getting down low in the crease, which is a high danger area. Percentage of scoring a goal goes up drastically when you can get down low like that. Now sent around the boards by Bonilla. Top line out there. Sent across ice. DeVoe trying to get out to that one. Bonilla's going to skate into it, but that one's going to be whistled down for offsides as DeVoe not able to get back with 14:50. Some good pace of play. We've seen multiple 3 or 4 minute stretches without whistles in this game.
Yeah, again, good pace of play, just like the game this morning. You've had the great opportunity of calling a couple of great games today here at the Gasparilla Showcase.
And you know what? It's not even over today. There's still 3 great games tomorrow. As Loreno trying to get down low into the corner. Gets down low, but forced out by Pagels as she tried to cut inside. Molina there battling for the puck. Loreno comes away with it. A strong move, a shot. Park with a save. The rebound opportunity, and Clemson puts it in the back of the net. An excellent job on the follow-through by Clemson. As Yoder's going to put that one in the back of the net.
Yeah, Clemson fighting off the strong defense from the University of Florida. We saw players driving wide. We saw Loreno driving wide. Converged on by 2 Florida defenders. And Clemson, just relentless pressure like we've talked about. And they get this back to within 1.
And 2-goal lead, most dangerous lead in hockey. I said this morning against Auburn. I'll say it again right now, Noah. As Clemson trying to get back into this one, tries to take a sharp angle shot. That was Wozniak. Sent around the boards, off the iron, took a weird bounce in front, and Park's going to cover that one up.
Yeah, and all that on that last goal too. Park made 3 or 4 saves before Clemson finally broke through, and you can only make so many saves on rebounds as a goaltender. And like we talked about, good pressure, good resiliency from the Clemson Ice Tigers to get that one.
As Pollard's going to move that up. Tries to take a shot, jam in on Quick. Puck's covered, and ref blew his whistle. Looks like maybe the puck's escaped after. So puck was covered. Faceoff's going to come outside of the zone. Looks like, oh no, Clemson's just going to change. Looks like maybe the Gators found it a little late, but the ref had already blown his whistle, and that whistle's the law when you're out there on the ice. Clemson wins that one, tries to get it out of their zone, and Regina with a good stick, and she's going to skate down, pressuring Tone on the forecheck. Tone takes a spill. Another spill there. That was by Dolch, and now Pettit tried to fire a one-timer, just couldn't get enough on it. She'll skate into this one, has some time, looking for a passing lane, tries to fire a shot towards the danger area, maybe looking for a redirection. Another fall there by Dolch. Sent cross ice for Knight. Knight skates it in. Almost slowed it down, forcing Dolch to be offside, but a good job by Dolch keeping the skate on the line. Send up the boards. Fire Voyage is going to touch that one. Now taking away Marissa Bonilla with some speed. Makes an inside move. She gets in and she scores! Showing off the handles. Putting that one in the back of the net.
Silky move there from Marissa Bonilla. Turns the defender inside out and finishes that goal over the glove. A beautiful effort there from Bonilla.
Only a matter of time before Marissa Bonilla got on the board. She does it there, and that's the president of this club. And everyone loves her. She puts it in the back of the net, returning that 2-goal lead as Clemson's now got a battle again.
Here comes Molina.
Looking to respond. She has it, trying to dump it down low. Does. Now Molina has it on her stick. Park with the save, still loose out in front. Good save by Park, and now Marissa Bonilla skates it up. She'll chip it. She'll skate after it with some speed. Give him a little tap there to Butler. Trying to move it up is Yoder. Gets tied up there. Butler comes away with it, but then DeVoe takes it. Now she's going to skate it up. Trying to get inside on the toe drag move. Now Marissa Bonilla skating into it. Chased by Alyssa Lorino. Nina Molino battling for it. Tie up in the neutral zone. Butler and DeVoe were battling for it there. DeVoe comes away with it. Pass out in front to Zahn. A block there by Renton, sacrificing the body. Puck's loose. Now Butler sending it up. Wozniak's going to dump that one in. We're going to see a change. Florida getting it up to Pollard, trying to take advantage of this change. She'll cut back, flip it around, and nobody's there. Dolch was too far up in the play as Florida was also making a change. Pagels gets it to Mentor to Pollard. Pollard's going to dump it. And now Petta's going to come away with it. Sent along the boards. That's going to come out. Pagels now has it in the neutral zone. She'll chip it to Dolch, who was sitting along the blue line, but taken away. Watkins now with it. Tying to toe drag in neutral zone. Had it taken away. Good neutral zone defense by Florida. Not much possession for either team. It's just a battle of the neutral zone right now. Now Caputo tries to get it deep. Can't. Florida is going to flip it back into the neutral zone. And now dumped in deep by Pettit. Mentor with it. Trying to flip it up the boards. A good stick by Watkins. Sealing that one off. Trying to get it out still. A backhand shot. Down low. Still loose, and Park's going to get the cover. 10:22 in the second period.
Yeah, again, a couple of rebounds there from Clemson. And Florida unable to clear it from the front of the net in front of Park. And you mentioned earlier with the, bit of sloppiness in the play, just play kind of going back and forth. No one really doing much in the neutral zone. I think, we've played almost 30 minutes here without a real break. We mentioned at 20-minute periods, we didn't do an ice cut between the first and second. So we're starting to see a little bit of fatigue set in for both sides.
Yeah, and, both teams maybe just need to slow it down. This is where you play it behind your goalie a little bit. Let the play set up as Park makes a save out there. Top line out there. Looking like a little bit of a mixed line now. Alisi out there with Molina and Regina, with Butler and Renton, and Bonilla takes a little spill there, trying to make a play on Butler, who sends the puck around deep. Molina has it, kicks it to the blue line for Butler. Butler tries to get a shot away, now has it. She'll shoot that one, takes a couple bounces, goes wide. Good job by Park tracking that one in case it did get through. Now Molina trying to get it down low, has that knocked off her stick. Regina with it, has Molina in the slot, cuts back, gets it down low, comes back again, pressured. She'll come away with it, tries to get a shot away, and does, and that's a goal. Bounces. Looks like Park couldn't get it with the glove, and that one's going to end up in the back of the net.
Yeah, not too sure how that all came about, but it looks like it's going to be Amanda Regina credited with the goal, and good for her. We've been talking, we've been saying her name all evening long, and it's good that she gets rewarded with the goal there. She's been playing very well tonight.
Yeah, that's her second goal of the season. Scored her first goal January 11th for this Ice Tiger squad, so good for her getting on the board, tallying her second of the year. And a shot block there. Ice Tigers have it. Trying to move it up. Loreno down low, trying to create something. Yoder a shot, Park with the save. Now Pagel's trying to move it up, got cut off there. That was Hudson and Pettit getting there defensively.
We've seen some physicality from Florida here. I've seen that, and Clemson getting a little frustrated with the physical play.
And we're going to have to see which side's going to, as I say, set the tone, make the decision to not allow that, and we're going to get a whistle here.
You know, I just talked about the frustration for Clemson, and it goes the other way with Florida getting a penalty. Maggie Minter will go to the box for slashing. She kind of was knocked down and was a little frustrated, gave a little whack to the Clemson player, and she'll sit for 2.
And you got to keep your composure, especially when the game's this close. And we mentioned it, Clemson already has a power play goal in this game. You don't want to give a team with this kind of power an opportunity to tie this game up. So a little bit of a lack of discipline there for the Gators. As Clemson wins that one, they'll get possession. Shot in, puck's still loose. Regina has it. Scored the last goal for the Ice Tigers, flipped out by the Gators. Pollard chasing Butler, slapping the stick, trying to maybe force a mistake there as Dolce is out there. That one slipped up the board by Clemson and taken away. Watkins had it for a second. Now sent across. Renton lost it in her skates, but able to recover and just get that one in the zone. Now good job by Regina keeping that one in. She'll dump it into the corner. Dolce there. And Regina lost her stick. Looks like it got tied up, just dropped it. Didn't want to draw a penalty there for hooking. Don't want to even this up to 4-on-4 as that one goes into the corner. And now Renton battling Bonilla with it, shorthanded. Tries to cut in. Good job by Renton, forcing her to turn back. Once again, Clemson's still on the power play, but Gators showing some pressure. Now Clemson has a chance to get set up, but that one stolen away by Dolce. She'll skate it in, gets it on the backhand. Marissa Bonilla with it. She'll shoot and she'll score shorthanded. A good play by Dolce and Marissa Bonilla on the forecheck, causing some pressure, and a good pass by Dolce to set Bonilla up for her second goal of the game.
Yeah, kind of an errant pass on the breakout for Clemson's power play, and you know, we talked about it with Nina Molina and Alyssa Loreno. You know, on the other side for Florida, Bonilla and Dolce, those are two skaters that you don't want to have turning around on you off of a turnover, and they make no mistake.
Now Loreno drives in, try to go wraparound, and Park does a good job hugging the post there, not allowing that wraparound try by Loreno.
Yeah, just moving post to post there. Nice and quick, gets to that opposite side, prevents that wraparound, because Loreno was coming in with speed.
And she has plenty of it. That's what allowed her to find the hat trick this morning. A shot, Park with the save. Yoder trying to find the loose change there. Went wide. allowing Park to get set back up as she was out of position. Now flipped up the boards, but not out. Hudson keeps it in, slows it down for a second. Now Molina skates in on the backhand, shoots, still loose. Good job defensively. Park makes the save. It had to go a little wide. Gators respond. Another shot. Rebound opportunity. Knight backhands it back into the zone. Dangerous play there. But Zahn's going to skate it out, and the penalty has been killed. So a little bit of a power kill for the Gators as they found a goal. Drop down low, sent out in front by Zahn, but nobody home there. She was rolling her shoulder there. Now Lorena with Yoder. Lorena had it knocked off her stick, has it on her backhand. She'll dump it into the slot. Yoder got connection with it, but not able to get the touch she wanted as she was trying to send that one past Park, and now Yoder with it. She'll skate back. She'll dump it into the corner, and she'll go off for a change. Regina's there. Has Pettit at the blue line. Skate it down. Now on the backhand to Pettit. A shot block. Good job there by Dolch getting down to one knee, and they're going to try to spring her. A little bit of a missed pass there. Dolch is going to chase after. That was Knight trying to set her up, and Dolch is going to ring it around the boards. Bonilla is going to step onto the ice. Oh, that was DeVoe ringing around the boards. Excuse me. Now Regina with it. Sent into the danger area, and almost a missed touch there. Took a weird bounce. Could have gotten by Park, but that one goes out wide to the corner. Now skating it up. Bonilla on the far side boards. Has Dolch in the middle. Had that one bounce off her stick, and Butler is able to play that one. And now Wozniak sends it across for Watkins. Sent out by the Gators. Back onto Butler's stick as Dolch wasn't able to play it. Bounced over her stick. Now Butler skating it in, far side boards. Has it on her backhand. Dolch there defensively with some pressure. Out in front. Caputo not able to get the shot away as that was right on her stick and had Park out of position. Now Bonilla out wide, trying to get a pass in front to Dolch, who is in a dangerous area there. Renton doing a good job putting some pressure there. Now Caputo tried to get a stick on that one, couldn't. She was pressured by Rich. And now Dolch with it, 1-on-2, beats Butler, has an opportunity, she'll get in and she'll score 5-0. What a move, and what a shot.
Again, the speed of the top players from Florida. Dolch driving wide. It looked like she was running out of room, but she found a hole beneath the legs of Bella Quick. She finishes, and Florida gets a 3-goal lead.
And that's the hat trick for Dolch. That's her third of the game. The speed of Florida starting to show. That was a long shift. Butler just couldn't get enough under it, and Dolch just sneaking it backhand 5-hole. It's now Clemson down by 3. Has some adversity to face, but Loreno scored a hat trick, and she can cut this lead quick as that one's shot but blocked. That was Mentor blocking that one. It's out into the corner. It comes out to Molina, who couldn't get enough on it as DeVoe came over, got a stick. Stick on stick there, disrupting that shot. Now it's tied up along the boards. 2 players for each side battling for it. Puck comes out for a second. Now Molina has it. She'll dump it around. Gators have it. Try to move that one up. And now Pollard gets it to DeVoe. DeVoe cuts inside, has it on her backhand, shoots. That one goes off the side. Quick, looks like she caught it in the shoulder. DeVoe found a rebound, shot off the side of the net. Still battling in the zone. Clemson's going to get it out. Mentor there with it. Sends it across to Sarah Pagels. Sent into the zone, but offside. Gators are going to have to touch up, allowing Hudson to play it. DeVoe not too happy about that one, but she'll be happy if she comes away with the puck and now moves it onside. Tries to take a shot. That one's blocked by Nina Molina, wearing the white gloves. Regina has it in the corner on the backhand, gets it out in front, a shot. Park gets a piece of that one. Ice Tigers were changing. Watkins tried to dump it back. Some good patience there by Paige Knight. Was pressured, but slowed it down, made a move, and was able to get it out of the zone. Alessi now near side boards, trying to get it in. Gets it around. Regina a shot. Park with the save, and she'll get the cover with 1:53 left to go here in the period.
Park's been on top of all of Clemson's chances here this evening. We talked about most of Clemson's goals were just, the second or third or even fourth rebound. She's been a rockin' net so far here tonight.
Yeah, and Florida's done a better job as the game goes on, as she makes a save right there, allowing her to see the shot, carving out the lanes, and not allowing people to get in the block and screen her, which is how Clemson found some goals earlier against Auburn this morning, against Emma Gurton. Now Renton with it, fires it on the backhand, just trying to get it into Alessi, who was down low. A pass out in front. Watkins not able to get what she wanted on it as it comes out wide to Alessi again, who gets it out to Renton at the blue line. Renton's not a threat to shoot, is a threat to shoot, shoots that one. Another shot, it's loose. And a good play by Park, still loose. She's out of position. And is that one in? The ref blows the whistle. I thought that one went in, but the ref is saying Park got it and made a save there.
Yeah, Park a little out of position, but she fights to get back into the net, and credit to the defenders in front of her. Well, actually, in that case, behind her, and making sure that puck didn't cross the goal line.
Yeah, there was a defender in the crease right behind her, and that body made the difference. As Park, like you mentioned, it was out of position, so a good team effort and desperation by the Gators.
Yeah, and Park is one of those smaller, more mobile goaltenders. She kind of, she will get out of position sometimes because, you are sliding over to make that save, but she's able to quickly get back into position.
Yeah, and it made the difference there as Butler fires that one. Park standing up tall for that one, still loose. Now she's out of position trying to get back. Butler had that one taken off of her stick by Pollard, and now Pollard and Dolch with some speed, a 2-on-1. Marino trying to get back. Pollard shoots and she scores. The speed is killing Clemson right now as the Gators put another one in the back of the net.
That was a nifty play from Pollard. She looked like she's going to pass, then made a move to the backhand on the outside, and just cuts to the net. And you saw she barreled through everyone. And all that matters at the end was that the puck was in the back of the net, and Florida pouring it on now.
And that is Pollard's second of the game. So multiple members of the Gators tallying multiple goals.
See some Florida players around one of the officials.
Maybe trying to figure out who got the assist on that one. But Pollard definitely came away with the goal. That was off of her rush, and Dolch.
Yeah, she took that from her own zone. So I guess it had been a while since she got the puck in her own zone. So they were trying to figure out who gave it to her.
And that's a good problem to have if you're the Gators, is now they're skating it in, and Molina's going to flip that one up the boards, and Loreno's skating after it with some speed, trying to answer back. Dolch has it now. She'll flip it up. And a stick in the skates there of Pollard, so a delayed penalty on the Tigers. And they're going to touch up in 13.8. Gators are going to have a short power play before the ice cut between the third period.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Lucy Hudson sitting for 2 minutes. And just being aggressive there. Florida was breaking out of their own zone. Looked like they had some speed coming up, but she was trying to close that gap. And a nice move there from Pollard. And Hudson ends up taking the legs out from under her. So she'll go for tripping. And Florida has a chance to make this a 5-goal lead.
Yeah, and if you're Clemson, you're just trying to hold this one along the boards, get out of this period, get some rest for the legs. Definitely seeing some of that fatigue. As if one more shot, that one gets through but goes wide. And that will do it for the second period. An onslaught of goals in this period for the Gators. Both sides had opportunities, but Gators took advantage of them most. And that's what's the difference in this one. Clemson has an opportunity to get back in this game. They're no strangers to deficits. They did it earlier today against Auburn. Noah, what do they have to do to get back into this one?
Yeah, I think we're going to need to see some more contributions from everyone else. We've started to see that, but we've seen that one line out there creating a lot of the offense for Clemson. So we need to see some just some more offense from the back end. I think they've got some really good players back on the blue line, creating chances from that, and just keeping going with playing a team game. And it's just one goal at a time, right? If you can get one, then it's a 3-goal game, and you go from there. So it's just taking it one step at a time for the Clemson Ice Tigers.
Yeah, so plenty of work to do for the Ice Tigers. 15 minutes for both teams to rest while the Zambonis out on the ice. We'll step away, and when we come back, we'll be bringing you the third period. Florida up 7-3 here in this one. And welcome back to the third period. Gators up by 4 goals. And I want to apologize as we were misreading. There were names on the jerseys that are different than the players wearing them. Number 10 is Christina Ball, and number 25 is Beth MacArthur. So Christina Ball with a hat trick in the game. And Beth MacArthur with 2 goals, and Marissa Bonilla with 2 goals. Noah, Clemson down 4 goals going into this third period. They got some rest. What do they need to do to get back into this, get some momentum?
Yeah, and we talked about it. They, Florida with the speed, and Clemson has speed of their own, and they need to utilize that. And we've seen most of their goals coming off of chaos in front. We talked about that this morning against Auburn, getting shots on net and converging on those rebounds. And Florida, you're having a little bit of difficulty clearing the puck out of the front of the net when those rebounds happen. So just getting those pucks on net and crashing the net, getting to those rebounds. And that should be the key to success for the Tigers. But first, they got to kill this penalty.
Yeah, you mentioned it. They've still got this penalty to kill. Hudson's in the box for another minute and 40 seconds. So it all starts here on this early shift as Charlotte Zahn tried to drive in, but a good job. And now Nina Molina moving it up. Short-handed. Tries to get it to Butler. And now Marissa Bonilla skating it up. A 3-on-3. Has Ball trailing. Kicks it to Ball. Ball skates down low. Kicks it to Bonilla. Bonilla takes her time, and maybe a little too much time there as Butler gets a stick on that and knocks that one wide. And now Bonilla trying to kick that one down low.
Yeah, she had room to shoot that Bonilla in the slot, but she tried to make a move to the backhand and a big hit
on Lorino.
Yeah, it looks
and
like
she's down. And she's down on the ice, so.
Yeah, well,
but she's.
Yeah, seems like she's okay. Took a big hit there from Sarah Pagels. It seemed like she didn't mean it. She went right over to her, made sure she was okay. And and Pagels going to go to the box.
And that's going to be 2 minutes for roughing. Roughing interference. It can go either way. In the women's division, that's going to be a rough. So we're going to get some 4-on-4 hockey for a minute and 9 seconds. With 19:03 left to go. 50 seconds of 4-on-4. As both teams are getting set up. Teams are talking it over. And ref slides over to talk to Christian Folch over on the Florida bench. Not quite sure what the conversation is here.
Maybe something more than just 2 minutes. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's 2 minutes up on the penalty, and looks like the ref is talking and head contact. So maybe getting another 2 minutes here is.
Typically, when there's a head contact penalty, then there's an extra 10-minute misconduct placed on top of that. So if that is the case, another Florida player will need to serve Pagel's 2-minute penalty, and then she would sit in the box for another 10.
And that's a big loss for this Florida squad. That's their captain.
Although, yeah, no one from Florida is going to the box, so I'm not sure if that is the case.
And ref's still talking over with the scorers table. Penalty is off the board currently, so maybe just adding on some time. Maybe we see a 4-minute, maybe a major penalty. As soon as we have the answer, you'll have the answers. We're still waiting. Both teams jamming to the music here at Nest Hockey Academy, waiting. And finally, ref slides away. So, yeah, they're going to tack on a 5-minute major for Pagels.
Yeah, 5-minute major, but no game misconduct for head contact. 4-on-4 for 51 seconds, and then Lucy Hudson will come out of the box, and Clemson will be on the power play for about 4 minutes.
And puck's dropped, no icing as DeVoe's chasing after it. Pettit's there. DeVoe comes away with it, gets it on the backhand to Beth MacArthur. MacArthur spins it out in front, but nobody home for the Gators. And now sent in. Clemson comes away with it. Now taken away by Beth MacArthur. Has DeVoe 2-on-2. Knocked off her stick. DeVoe sends it down to MacArthur. MacArthur looking for a shot. She's tied up there by two Ice Tigers. Flipped up by Regina. Not going to go the length for icing. No, it won't. They'll wave that one off. And 2 seconds left to go. And now Clemson on the power play. Got a 4-minute power play after the head contact penalty to Sarah Pagels. So we mentioned it. They need to get going early, and this is a big opportunity because if they score on the power play, they continue to stay on the power play. There is no time that runs off when they score a goal. So big opportunity for Clemson here, down 4. That one's flipped up. Ball trying to play it. Plays it with her stick, and a penalty. And that's going to cut some of this time off. Clemson's going to touch up, and we're going to see a hooking call. Renton doesn't like that call, but doesn't matter if she likes it or not. She's headed to the box.
Yeah, we've seen her get frustrated a couple of times today. But she's been playing hard. Gets the stick under the arm. Christina Ball. And Florida.
And buzzer went off.
Looks like they needed the officials' attention.
Yeah, so they blow the buzzer here, getting their attention, and we'll have 4-on-4.
Yeah, this will be interesting with the extra space out on the ice for all of these top players from both teams.
And both teams have a lot of speed. It's just a matter of which team can take advantage of the open space with their speed. And here's a chance for Loreno, who took that heavy head contact, and Park making a save.
Yeah, good to see Alyssa Loreno back out on the ice. A nice save there from Park.
Yeah, Loreno fell over for a minute, stayed down for a second, was hoping she was okay, but popped up, skated over to the bench, had a little break, and looks good. And now Park making a quick save off of the face-off. So Clemson just trying to fire some shots on net, see what happens. You get the puck on the net, and good things can happen, and we've seen that today. So for Clemson, it's just continuing to put shots on net as Molina down low. Loreno tapping her stick in the slot, but Molina pressured, and now a 2-on-2. Ball in Bonilla. Bonilla tried to chip it around Butler, but Butler, good defensive play, comes away with that one and flips it up out of the reach of Molina. And now Bonilla with it. She'll play it back. A good play there. Gets it to Newton. And she'll slow it down as they'll try to kill some of this time, try to slow things down. We mentioned it last period. A lot of sloppiness in the neutral zone, so trying to slow it down as Bonilla has it on her stick, tries to get it on the backhand, still loose. It goes wide of the net. The net was open, but Bonilla just not able to get her stick on that one, but potentially a chance to steal it away there. Ice Tigers get it up. Sent up around the boards. Bonilla had it bounce over her stick. Loreno came away with it. Now Beth MacArthur making a play. She'll dump it in. She'll chase after it. Yoder's there. Yoder on the backhand sends it up the boards. That one hits off the ref's skate, and a little bit of an assist there. Watkins battling for it. Now Beth MacArthur has it. She'll send it in on quick, and she'll score. You put pucks on net, Noah, and good things will happen. And Beth MacArthur tallying her third goal of the game.
Yeah, we've got dual hat tricks here for the Gators. But MacArthur just throws that on net. That finds its way through. But Clemson, I think they were getting hemmed in their own zone. I'd seen a few times them trying to break it out and, just a missed pass leading up the ice and Florida turning it around and creating offense off of that. So they just need to clean some of that up.
We mentioned taking advantage of extra space, and Florida did just that. But now Clemson on the power play for a minute 29. That one's sent down the ice, no icing. As like I mentioned, Clemson is on the power play. This one's sent up. Moving it up as Alessi gets it to Regina, who slows down at the blue line, getting some help from her teammates. Fires that one in on Park, and Park doing a good job, gets solid, and covers that one up. So face-off coming to the left of Park. Park continuing that strong play, hasn't missed a beat. Those 15 minutes didn't cool her off as she stayed hot in the crease for the Gators. Puck is dropped. DeVoe with a nifty pass to Knight. Knight with it. And now Mentor moving it up. She's got it in the zone. She'll fire it in on Quick. Quick tried to get that one gloved down, made the save, went out to the corner, and now Renton playing that one. It's passed up. Watkins tried to play it. Left for Alessi. A little bit of a miscommunication there. And now Butler has it. Gets it to Alessi. Alessi, a shot. Park with the save. Rebound, still loose. Another shot. That one goes wide. Shot there by Butler. And now Knight slowing it down, getting some help from Mentor, creating some space, and kicks it across to DeVoe, who sends it up the ice. 20 seconds left to go on the Clemson power play. Florida will get a change. DeVoe will stay out there after dumping that one in. Butler now has Molina and Lorino out there. Yoder back along the other side. Lorino trying to get inside, forced out wide. Good job by the Gators trying to get that final clear as they do kill off the penalty, so back to 5-on-5. Backhand try by Lorino, and we're going to get another penalty, a cross-check against Florida. So once again, Clemson getting an opportunity on the power play.
Katie DeVoe confused with that call. And she got the stick up on Nina Molina in the slot. The puck came to her. And DeVoe, a little bit bigger than Molina. She takes the body on her, but and gets that stick up, and the official's going to call a cross-check there.
So after killing off the prior penalty, Clemson once again will have an opportunity on the power play. Florida tries to get it out initially, but Hudson does a good job sealing the blue line, keeping that one in. Takes a shot, trying to redirect that one. Was Yoder, couldn't get her stick on it. Yoder fires it towards the net, but nobody home for Clemson as the Gators going to flip that one down the ice. Hudson's going to skate back for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that shot on goal. There was no traffic going to the net, and Florida able to intercept that shot and get a clear.
And we talked about it, getting the chaos, but in order to get the chaos, you need to have bodies in front, as Clemson still needs to find a goal to get some momentum going if they're going to get back into this one. As Ball sends that one across to Murray, who's just going to dump that one in, forcing Clemson to play out of their own zone. Comes away, goes cross ice. Lorino tried to play it. He's down low in the corner. Molina has it on her stick. It comes out to Hudson, who's pressured by Ball. Comes out away for Marissa Bonilla. Has 2 goals in this one. And just goes wide. Tries to get it. Tried to set it up in front. And looking for potentially a penalty there on the tie-up. But Sarah Pagel's now with it. She'll shoot, and she scores. Another shorthanded goal in the game for Florida. The captain.
Yeah, Sarah Pagels just walking down Main Street. That puck came out to her, and she had all the space to take that, and she picks her spot under the glove over the pad. And Florida, again, another short-handed goal.
Yeah, they're taking advantage at every opportunity. They don't waste a puck possession. They drive hard towards the net, and that's what's allowed them to continue to pile on to this lead here in the third period. This one dumped up the boards. Regina trying to play it. Tried to cut inside, had it knocked off her stick. Good job by Florida as now Beth MacArthur has it. Kicks it around the boards, trying to get to Charlotte Zahn, but Regina able to get back for that one. Renton kicks it across to Butler. Stays in the zone. Butler a shot. That one's high. Takes a bounce. Goes wide. Those bounces have been dangerous in this game. Seen some weird bounces end up in the back of the net, but Park does a good job and makes that save.
Yeah, it's looking like that deflection could go in, but just a little bit off of the net. And Park able to find it once it bounces back out in front.
Renton takes a shot, a hard shot, as we are back to 5-on-5. Florida effectively killed that one and added a goal on that penalty kill. And now a chance. Charlotte Zahn fires it, goes wide. DeVoe tried to pass it across to Zahn, but Zahn not quite ready for that one. Beth MacArthur's going to skate back for it, has Pagel's cross, D-to-D pass. Sent up the boards. DeVoe dumps it in. Renton back for it. Renton sends it up the boards. DeVoe back to Mentor. Mentor's going to flip it up ice, but couldn't get it all the way over. Clemson flipped that one in. No icing as they tried to get a change. Regina still pressuring, but waiting for some help. Top line steps out onto the ice. Now Pettit flipping it to Lorino. Molina in after it. Had it on her backhand, just not able to get enough on it.
Yeah, that was a bouncing puck there. Just hopped over the stick of Molina.
Sent around the boards. Florida comes away with it. They try to send it up. Do get the pass up tonight. Who tries to spring Bonilla. Bonilla able to stay on sides. Makes him pass. Takes a shot. That one goes over quick. Pass out into the slot. A dangerous opportunity. A shot quick in position. Made the initial save and stayed in that position to make that save.
Yeah, that puck came right out to Rochester. And Bella Quick able to make the save with the pad. A nice play there from the Gators, but even better save.
Bonilla versus Molina. Once again, two offensive powerhouses for these teams in their first seasons. And now Lorino with the break has an opportunity. She moves it up. Shoots in. The net comes off, but Park making a big save. Stands her ground. Doesn't get fooled by Lorino. And no change for the Gators as the net did come off as a result of Park sliding into it.
Olivia Park didn't really have to move laterally too much. She just stood her ground and was able to follow that move from Lorino. She makes a huge save there.
And now Lorino, another shot. That one goes over the net. Almost a unfortunate turnover for the Gators. Lorino still with it. She fires it. Park with another save.
Yeah, Clemson peppering University of Florida right now as they'll get a change. Both teams will get fresh legs out there. But we've talked about it all evening long. Olivia Park has been playing outstanding.
Yeah, and she has a lot of patience, which has really helped in this game. Despite all the chaos that Clemson has thrown at her, she stayed patient, trusted her team, and she'll get another cover right there. And that's what's allowed them to build this lead. They can trust her in between the pipes, and that allows them to go down and use that speed at the other end. And that's what's allowed them to build this 9-3 lead.
Yeah, and that's really impressive out of a freshman goaltender out of New Jersey, playing in the New Jersey Bandits program. It's good stuff there from the netminder of the Gators.
And New Jersey breeds a lot of really great hockey players that have come into this division. Nina Molina, also from New Jersey. So when you can see a player from New Jersey, you know they're going to make an instant impact no matter what team they are on. And Olivia Park is making that impact tonight. As DeVoe skates it in, has it on the backhand, a drop pass. The ball, another pass, a backhand opportunity. And Quick able to make that save.
Yeah, that pass just a little bit behind Charlotte Zahn. And Quick able to make that save.
That was some of the best passing we've seen. And we've seen a lot of great passing in this game from the Gators, but that was a really great setup play by the Gators. Caputo sends that up. Murray holds it along. She'll dump it across the ice. And after it is Ball. Ball's there. Has Zahn. Trying to flip it out, but can't. Tone's there along the blue line. Dumps it back down low for Ball. Has Bonilla. Bonilla in the slot. Can't find that one. It goes across ice, and Caputo flips that one, but turns it away. And now Ball with it. Lost in her skates. Tries to get it across to Bonilla. And Quick able to make the save. Bouncing around there for a second. Wasn't quite able to find it, but it fell down in front of her, and she gets that cover.
Yeah, that pass across from Ball went off the skate of Kate Butler. But Quick was able to find it and get the cover.
And a good job by Quick. Keeping it kind of up close. Sometimes it bounces, and it bounces out too far in front of you. And Marissa Bonilla was on the doorstep there. So good job by Quick controlling it as it bobbled up and just getting that cover. Allowing some fresh legs out there. Bonilla steps in versus Molina. Molina comes away with it after the Gators had it for a moment. That one's going to go down, but no icing. Refs saying that Pagels was able to get there and play that puck. Bonilla now pressured by Pettit. Has MacArthur. She'll cut back, trying to set something up. A backhand pass. And getting the shot away was Rochester, but lost her footing a little bit and wasn't able to get what she wanted on that shot. Now the other way comes Regina. Tries to backhand it into the corner. Had it knocked off her stick a little bit there. Sent around the boards by Mentor. Pettit's along the blue line. Keeps it in for Clemson. She'll flip it along the boards and down deep. Bonilla's going to slap that one around. And MacArthur running into Regina there. Took a little spill. Glove fell off, but she's back up and she's in the play. Sent up ice off the stick there of Alisi. Sent up the boards. Tap back down by Watkins. Sent around. Pagel's going to play that one. Flips it up into neutral ice. Renton back for it. Bonilla behind her. Bonilla's going to try to knock that one off. That one's going to flip off of Yoder. That one's played up. Loreno has it along the line. Stolen away, but Yoder back there for some help. Now MacArthur gets it in the zone cleanly, but knocked out. Loreno has it in her skates. Tried to tap it past Charlotte Zahn. Gets the stick in the skate there. No arm is up.
Yeah, she was trying to kick that puck back to her stick. Lost an edge.
Now Beth MacArthur, challenged by Renton, flips that one out in front, and nobody home there. Little passing play between opponents there is Butler lost her stick. Bonilla had it and just kind of tossed it back to her. So it's just going both ways on the ice. Now Loreno. That one sent around the boards. Renton keeps it in at the blue line. 5:46 left to go. That one goes down low. Gets past Loreno. Onto the near side boards. Now moving it up, Charlotte Zahn has Christina Ball. Charlotte Zahn a shot, and Bella Quick getting down. Charlotte Zahn was trying to send that one 5-hole.
Yeah, it was a nice save there from Quick. Like you said, closing that 5-hole, not letting that one through.
It's impressive what you've seen out of both of these programs. Obviously, Clemson struggled a bit this weekend. I can't imagine what the legs are feeling like. You've played your second game. You played a full 60 minutes just this morning. And that was an early game, not a noon. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting to see, what the legs feel like tomorrow. They're going to have to get their rest tonight and come back and play a really strong Tampa team.
it's Olivia Park getting a cover there, and a lot of people are excited. That is the game of the week for CHS, so that is a must-watch game. And there's plenty of must-watch games tomorrow, Noah. Auburn and Miami tomorrow morning, 10:15. Then we mentioned it. Tampa versus Clemson at 12:30, and then the Gasparilla Showcase concludes with USF versus Miami at 2:45. And Florida chips this one up. Beth MacArthur skating along the near side boards, looking for another one. Drives in. Good job by Clemson, forcing that one off of her stick. And now Caputo chasing after this one. Flips that one in on Park, who just kind of sticks that one back behind, trying to keep the play moving. Now Beth MacArthur skating up with it. Flips it up to the neutral zone, maybe for Knight, but Hudson's just going to send that one back in for Clemson. It's going to flip back out of the zone. Pettit's going to skate back for that one. No icing as it slows down, and Pettit wasn't skating full after it, so ref's going to say no there. And Christina Ball with it. Skating in there. Almost a little bit of a heavy collision with Watkins, who was skating in after that puck. MacArthur down low, skating back. Still Clemson battling. Christina Ball with it. Showing off the spin move there. Murray out at the blue line, receives the puck. She'll fire it. That one almost finds the back of the net, but quick getting down, a delayed penalty against Clemson. And we're going to get a whistle. Delayed penalty. So 3:54 left to go, and headed to the box is Watkins. So Florida once again getting another opportunity on the power play. Bonilla out in the dot. Still searching for the hat trick. That one's flipped in by Murray. Looked like she was trying to get a shot that was able to be redirected. Loreno has it short-handed, drops it back to Molina. That one goes wide. Molina not able to get what she wanted on that one, and now Florida has a chance to break out the other way. Charlotte Zahn flips it to Katie DeVoe. A 3-on-3, flipped in, got off the stick, and Bonilla tries to flip that one in. And a whistle as Bella Quick's going to cover that one up.
Good counter rush there from Florida. And Clemson, good rush there. Loreno, I don't know how she found Molina there in front. She connected with that pass and got that shot off. Just wide. But again, good puck movement from Florida on the rush.
Now Molina flips that one up to Loreno, a one-on-one if she can get some speed going. Loreno shoots right into the chest of Park, and Park's going to make the save.
Yeah, those shots from the outside are easy for a goaltender like Park to save. So just got to get her moving side to side. It seemed like she didn't really have anyone with her on the rush, Loreno, and maybe you got to curl back, wait for some help to come your way, and look for a trailer coming in to get the goaltender moving a little bit.
Yeah, and Loreno was out there for a long shift. Kind of didn't have the speed that we've seen all game. Legs are starting to catch up with you. We mentioned it's their second game of the day. The legs will get you eventually, and maybe that's what the case was there. Is Florida Knight fires it, and Quick making the save. And Pagel's just sliding over trying to argue that one went in, but the ref's right there. You're not going to convince him otherwise, and he says Bella Quick made the save, and that faceoff is going to go to the right.
Yeah, it looked like it went off the pad and then off the post, and it was just kind of sitting there, a little bit behind her. So, Florida, from their vantage point, could have argued, but obviously the official right there behind the net, you could see it clearly.
Yeah, they've got the best view in the house of that goal, and he was right there. And there's no reason if you're Florida to argue. You are up 6 goals as They're making a move. Clemson with Regina taking a shot there that got blocked. It's flipped up to Knight in her skates, and she'll fall down there. A little bit of a collision between Pettit and Knight, and we're going to get a penalty here as Knight flipped Pettit's stick out of her hand, and that's just the plays that a ref's going to call every time. You're up 6 goals. That's unsportsmanlike, and he's going to send Knight to the box. So
he called interference.
Interference will be the official penalty. You could see unsportsmanlike interference. Those go hand in hand. It's like interference and roughing. You see them go hand in hand. But on the score sheet, it will be an interference. So we're going to get some 4-on-4 hockey. For 24 seconds. And then Clemson will have a power play for almost the remainder of the game. If you're Clemson, you're just looking to get some momentum, maybe get one more goal, get something feeling good before you head back into the locker room, knowing you have a big, tough game tomorrow. As Park makes a save, Molina taking a quick shot there off the faceoff. Hudson kept it in, but ref says that one's offside, so Clemson's going to have to touch up. 11 seconds left to go in 4-on-4. MacArthur sends that one up and out of the zone. Hudson comes away with it, and power play on now for Clemson. Molina's out there. Molina on the backhand, shoots. Park with the save, trying to get around. Good job defensively by the Gators, not allowing Molina to get around and fire a quick shot. And this one's going to be sent 200 feet, no icing, as Clemson is now on the power play for 1 minute and 18 seconds. Trying to flip it out. Marissa Bonilla had the puck on her stick, taken away. Christina Ball skating around, had 3 players able to get through, and now Nina Molina's going to skate it up the far side boards. She'll dump it in as Ball was skating in there. Park back to play that one. Now Rich with the puck. Tried to send it up and out of the zone. Quick shot. That one by Pettit. And that one's sent down the ice. A minute left to go here in this one. Renton back for it. Stolen away. Bonilla out in front. Good job by Renton recovering after losing the puck. Bonilla still looking for her 3rd goal of the game. That one's shot in. 34 seconds left to go, and we're going to get a whistle as a little bit of physicality as Ball, looks like Ball and Nina Molina getting into it a little bit. Ref's going to slide in there, try to stop that one, and potentially send both of these players off the ice as there's 33 seconds left, and you don't want this to boil over anymore. As they're still pulling and pushing, and you have to think both of them are going to get sent off the ice.
Yeah, and there's really no need for that. It's, Florida, they're up by 6. Like, this game's basically over. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. Ball kind of went after the Clemson player a little bit.
Yeah, as that was Yoder. So Yoder and Ball are both going to sit in the box. Should be just coincidental penalties. No, looks like they're still going to give the advantage.
But you can see, too, a little bit of frustration from the Clemson side as well.
So it's going to be 4-on-3 for the remainder of this game. Puck's dropped. 26 left to go here in this one. Tempers flared, boiled over a little bit at the end of this one. Clemson still looking for a goal. Gators flip that one down. Now back to 4-on-4. No icing as that one was sent down. Gators fans stomping their feet over to our left as they're going to get their win today in their only game here at the Gasparilla Showcase. And Florida will take this one 9-3. An impressive performance by the Gators, continuing an already impressive first season as a member of CHS.
Yeah, and the star power was out tonight for the Florida Gators. Ball with the hat trick, MacArthur with the hat trick, Bonilla with 2 goals. And that was really the difference here. They were able to overcome the defense, the strong defense of the Clemson Ice Tigers, and have a strong performance out here tonight.
Both teams put on strong performances. We mentioned it, Clemson 2 games, that will do it to you. Showed some exhaustion, still battled hard all the way up until the end. Saw some of the tempers flaring as both teams will head off of the ice.
Yeah, and right back at it tomorrow for the Gasparilla Showcase there, Gavin.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Miami will take on Auburn at 10:15. Tampa at Clemson at 12:30 for the CHS Game of the Week. And then at 2:45, USF will take on Miami. So Miami with 2 games tomorrow should be a great day, a good final day of the first ever Gasparilla Showcase. Thank you so much for joining me, Noah Gabrilik, and on camera Lena Minoski for today's game. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and then tune in tomorrow for the final day of the Gasparilla Showcase.